NFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Richardson going right to the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Off play action. Richardson.
Play and it'll bring up third. One of the things we talked about coming into this was a real level of pressure that Franklin he's going to have for 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Kirksey. The line can't stop him, and he gets the sack. To call in fourth down, here's Roberto Sanchez. Waiting on it will be Richie James. This will be fielded at the 17. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over for the 1st and 10. Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Dameon Pierce is such a fun guy to watch as a runner. He can make a guy miss 1 second and then power through a defender the next. Never had a 100-yard game while at Florida, but I expect more than a handful here in the NFL.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Once more, it's Pierce. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll go with the keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have one punched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down. It's going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start to open his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. On the return, it's James. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Deion Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second down, here's Richardson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact brought the ball through. It's 4th down. Here's Roberto Sanchez on the punt. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Robert Woods from 19 yards away. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there. Now it's Richardson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too. And he'll be out of bounds
is about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Richardson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get around it. Tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. Gay's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Richardson looking to throw this. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it up. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass. That's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception. That's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Samson Abuka able to get in there and drop him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
He's got a man complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
19 tight, 19 tight, come 19.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Phillips now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Rodgers on the return. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's Richardson to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert!
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They run once more with Taylor. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big kick.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Julio Jones from 13 yards out. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. Richardson will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt!
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deion Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Looking this time for ones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 40.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. They still can't get it. Down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And Richardson back to throw it. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now Richardson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Able to break through, and he's not short. Loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a decision here because I think you've got to kick it and tie this game. If it's the 2nd quarter, maybe then you go for it. But here in the 4th, you can't come away with nothing.
And Gay knocks this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Oh, he put it on the the carpet, a fumble, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position, win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. That's third and short. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays and the right reads.
Again, they stop it behind the line. That is read well for a second straight play defensively. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
60 Maverick.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So defensively, they made the move to try and freeze out the kicker. But he steps up and he says, ice this.
And you talk about ice. How about the ice running through his veins? He just steps right up, calm as he can be, and drills it to give his guys the lead.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy with it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Richardson. Pass complete to Taylor. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Here's Richardson. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Richardson. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Richardson to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Richardson looking to throw it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for the kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Houston, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that